What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Games Got Bored. Today we are going to look at Champions of Midgard. This is a game by Gray Fox Games. It plays 2 to 4 players, I believe. Yep, 2 to 4 players. In this game we're taking the role of Vikings. Basically, we sail to Midgard. And Midgard is being attacked by trolls and monsters and other beasts that we basically got to help out with. So we got to recruit people to help us protect Midgard. But we also got to get food. We might want to sail and fight the monsters that are out in the seas and come across dangers. You need wood to build ships. So there's a lot to this, not too much. It's a worker placement game. So let's just see how it plays and I'll tell you what I think. Alright, so here we have the game set up for 2 players. So this is your starting. Each person will pick a person. There's multiple people. You'll start with 1 gold. So this is the currency in the game. 1 horn. This is basically let you re-roll dice. 1 food, which is the red cubes, 1 wood, which are the brown, and a 2-player game. You're gonna have 4 meeples. In a game more than 2 players, you will have 3. So this game is already set up. You have the trolls here, the other monsters, different other places you can go to, and then also down here. If you look around the board, that is the score track. And right here, this is a step-by-step on what to do right here on the board, so everybody knows what's going to happen. So first you'll have the setup, which is that's where you'll flip over the monsters, and whoever's not killed here, they'll go off the board, and then a new 2 will come out. If nobody went after him, then everybody gets these little blame tokens, because to win this game you got to have the most glory, which is in this game points around the board, and these count as negative. So a certain amount, like if you have like 3 of these, it might be like -5. So you don't want to get those. And then you'll flip over one of the merchants right here. 2-player game. You got military and economic. There's like 4 tiles of each one. You're going to randomly pick one. In a 2-player game, you only get 1 of each, but in a 3 or more, you'll have, like in a 3-player, you'll have another one here, and a 4-player you'll have right here and right here. So that is the game setup. Now this is, like I said, this is a worker placement game. So each person is going to set out their meeples to do other stuff. So let's say he wants to fight the troll, so he'll go there, and so on. So you have fight the troll, so he's gonna fight the troll. Here to fight that monster, that dragger, this spot lets you trade food, money, wood 1 for 1. So you can trade in 1 food for 1 gold, or 1 gold for 1 food, and so on and so on. If you go here, it gets you a white die. So there's 3 type of warriors in this. You got swordman, that has the swords on there, and shield. You have the spearman, which has the spears on there. This, I think, has a better chance of hitting than the swordsman do. This has like 3 blanks. This has 2. Then you have the axeman, which has a really high chance of getting a double. But they have no shields. These 2 have shields. These don't have shields. So if you go here, you get first player. It's a worker placement, so obviously you want first player, because there's only 1 person going each spot. And so you'll take the first player marker, and you get 1 white die for 1 swordman from the supply. Here it costs 1 wood, but you get 1 of these. These room cards are like special abilities. So when you get it, you'll keep it down, and then you'll flip it over when you use it. And they're also worth points at the end. But like this one, negate the losses suffered in a single round of combat. So that's that. I'll let you guys, a lot of the places are self-explanatory. If you go here, you get all those, there you get all those, so on and so forth. So on a player's turn, we're gonna put out their meeples. So let's skip a few minutes and go ahead and act like the middle of the rounds happen. Alright, so basically we have a round that's the worker placement part done. So he went here. This lets you look at one of these, because if you go sailing, you might come across something down here. So like this one, you lose 2 items, which can be bad, because if you look at these boats has capacities, and that's counting the troops and food. You got to have food for the troops. So if you're going to go here, 1 food gives you 1 troop, but if you go here, 1 food gets you 2. So depending on where you want to go, nobody went there, but since you went here, he gets to look at one of those face down, and he gets one of these. These are basically like missions you gotta try to do, like have the most runes at the end of the game. Runes are those right there, and if you have the most, you get 4. If you're tied, and you get 2. So these are all so it's just a worker placement. Then once everybody has their workers out, you move to the second part of it, which is assign Vikings. Basically what that means, since he's fighting over here, he's going to assign any number of dice. You can have up to 8 dice, and he's going to assign those over there. And then if somebody else over there, they'll assign dice over there. And then somebody else over here, they'll assign dice over here. But remember, down here you also need food, and you can't go more than the capacity of the ship. So once everybody's done assigning, then they will roll. So he will roll, and if you look at these, he's going to kill 1 person unless you roll the shield, but he needs 3 to kill him. So he's going with 2. So he rolled a 2, and he blocks 1. So since he blocked that one, nobody dies, but he's going to take 2 wounds. Now it's up to him. He can continue and roll again, or he can just call it quits. He's going to roll again because he only needs 1 more, and he rolled it, so he gets this. So this, killing this guy, gives you 4 and 1 wood, and then you can assign one of these to any person. And the cleanup phase, so that's when the round marker goes up. These will get off the board. 2 more will come out. These all will get money on them, because they become, since nobody went on them. So like this will get 1, that will get 1, that will go 1. And those will keep building up. You'll add more to these. Even if there's 1 here from the previous round, you'll add another one. And you just keep doing that until the person, until 8 rounds. After the 8th round, you guys add up your scores. The person with the most points wins. What do I think of Champions of Midgard? I love this game. This game is so good. Component wise, this is actually my 2nd copy of this game. I've got the game before, and the cards, I didn't have it out for not even a day or not even an hour, and my card started to warp. Like they started to like bend in the center, and then one of my little red things was like half gone. But I took it back to my game store. They refunded me. I got a brand new copy. Well, they didn't refund me, but they gave me a new copy, and had no problems with this one. But so the components, the artwork is good. Like as you can see right here, some good artwork of these monsters and everything, and the board looks nice. And so yeah, the components is well done. I've had this game for a while. There's no dice chipping. They're engraved. They're not like printed on there or stickers or anything like that, so that's good. I'm not a big fan of small cards, just because I got big meaty hands, and these are just hard to shuffle. But that's not, I mean, how else would you do it? You don't want a bunch of big deck of cards everywhere. So that's just my preference. I just don't like small cards like that. Now the rule book in this was actually good. It showed a picture of the game setup, which I like, obviously. Like You should do that in your rule book. It went in order. I was actually able to read it, follow it, and play it. There was a few things I had to look back up on, but nothing. But they had like this glossary thing in the back of the rule book, so that was good. The gameplay, there's a lot to it, but it's not hard to play. My fiance likes this game, and she's not a big gamer, and she gets it. And because you can, like with her, she played as her, and each person has a special ability. So her swords, so if she rolls one sword, it counts as 2. So she will want to utilize that to her advantage, obviously. Mine, each time I use a reroll, each time I use one of those reroll tokens, I get 2 points. So I want to stock up on those and use them as much as possible, because those are free 2 points I can get. And I like how these tiles, they're not always in the game. They'll be different. Each person gets their own special mission. So she's doing one thing, I'm doing another. But we don't know what each other's doing because you keep that card hidden. So you're trying to working on your own thing. So just to get the most points, but you don't want to be too obvious. So the flow of this game is good. I like the flow. It's a worker placement game. My girl's not a big fan of worker placement, but this is simple. You put a person there, you get that item, or you put a person there and you just read it. There's quite a bit of places to go to, but there's reason behind it. You know the reason behind it. You know, like you just go here to go here. Like with the trolls, you might want to do other stuff, but if you don't get that troll, then that's negative points counting you at the end. So you kind of want to go for that, but if nobody goes for it, everybody gets these little blame tokens. But if you go for it and kill them, and then that you get rid of one of yours that you have. So that's what I'm saying. There's a lot to this. You're focused on your mission, but you're trying to make sure you have enough points. You don't want to go negative, so you want to go after trolls, but then you don't want to go after trolls. But then there's some cards right here of the mission that say have the most trolls or have the most blue cards. Like if you see this guy has a blue border, this guy has a red border. There's 3 border types. So you got gold, blue, and red. If you have all 3 of them, each set of these at the end counts as 5 points. So that's another thing though. Look, try to keep an eye on, try to get a whole set of those to get 5 points. So gameplay I like. It's 8 rounds. It's not long. It said the rule book or the box says 60 to 90 minutes. I think it'll be a little bit towards the hour side, but I think that's what be more people. 2 players. I don't think it takes an hour. I think the 8 rounds go by pretty fast because your turn goes by pretty fast. I put out a person, take whatever it does. You put out a person, take what it does, and so on and so forth. And I think the longest part of the game, the longest drag out, is deciding your Vikings, because if you have on 2 different areas, like if you have a person here and a person here, then how are you going to split it? If you look at this guy, you can't use spearmen, so you can't use the red dice on this guy. If you look at this guy, you can't use the black dice. So you got to keep an eye on that, because what if she has all swords and she gets a card that you can't use swordsman? Then what is she going to do? Like this guy, you can't kill this guy because she all has nothing but swords. And this is also how you get points. You got 5, or you get 5 points if you kill him, $2. So there's a lot to this game, but it's not overwhelming. So I do like that. So yeah, I would recommend this game. I would consider this a gateway worker placement game. So if you're just getting into board games, you want to try a worker placement game because you heard people talk about it, I will give this one a go. Like, this is very simple. It's not too hard. It doesn't take long. I would recommend this. as your a worker placement game. I'm keeping this one in my collection on my shelf. The shelves behind me are the games that me and my fiance like. The ones that are not on the shelf, I'm still gonna review those, but some of them she doesn't like, but I like, and there's a few of them that we both don't like, and we both like this one. And she's not a gamer at all. She only plays board games for me, and she don't mind playing this game. So I should tell you something. But yeah, I give this game 2 thumbs up. I think you should at least, always buy it before, or try it before you buy it. But if you want to go on my word, I think you should buy it. You won't be disappointed. Thanks for watching Games Got Bored. I'll see you guys in my next video.